Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reeder with Future Pastimes, and I wanted to talk about playing Cosmic Encounter, Dune, and other Future Pastimes games online, in particular using Tabletop Simulator. Tabletop Simulator is an application that you can get on Steam. It usually runs about $10, maybe a little bit more, but it often goes on sale, so it's actually a pretty reasonably priced application. And you load it up, and it's basically a tabletop, and you can load in board games. Now, they have a number of DLCs that you can buy. So Cosmic Encounter is one that you can buy. And again, it's relatively inexpensive. But if you're playing it with the group, not everybody needs to own it. In fact, only one person needs to have it. So if you're in with the group and one person has Cosmic Encounter, they can load it up and you can join that game. Other games they just have in the workshop, which is stuff where it's people have created their own version of the game, imported it into it unofficially. You just subscribe to that game in the workshop, and then you can load it up and play it. And the best way to get into these is by joining one of the popular Discord communities. And they have links for those in the description for the Cosmic Encounter Coliseum and the Dune board game Discord groups. It's a growing and thriving community of fans of those games. And the community itself and the moderators do a good job of bringing people in, getting them up to speed, helping them to learn the shortcuts in Discord and in Tabletop Simulator. And there's often games going on that you can join. They have a system for looking for a game. And probably the best part about playing in Tabletop Simulator is that you can play with people not only all over the country, but all over the world. We have solicited a number of members of both communities to help us playtest stuff for Cosmic Encounter and Dune. And our playtest community for Future Pastimes is an international community. A lot of fans of the games in Europe and in Australia and Asia, North America, even South America. I don't know that we have any in Africa, but if you're in Africa and you are a fan of Cosmic Encounter or Dune or our other games and want to be, join the Discord community. I'm sure there are some there now. So yeah, it's a great way to get into it. They're very welcoming communities. They answer a lot of questions about the game as well as the interfaces. And then we chime in often as well from Future Pastimes. If people have a burning question about something, we try to get an answer to that as well. But usually the community's spot on, and they can get that for you. You're exposed to a lot of other types of gameplay as well. So you may be playing Dune or Cosmic in a certain way, and you've been playing it that way for years. But you start playing with another group, and you realize, oh, they play it a little bit differently. Sometimes it's an improvement on the way, and sometimes you learn things that you didn't realize were even possible within the game. Sometimes you learn that they're playing it completely incorrectly, and that's an interesting discussion to have. They're so invested in their house rules that that's just how they play it, but that's more of an edge case scenario. So I advocate for it strongly. I think it's a great way to experience the games, especially more often. Sometimes it's hard to get together with the like-minded people to play these games in real life. We at Future Pastimes have been using Tabletop Simulator for many years to do a lot of our design and testing work in it. And that is well before the pandemic, and that's because Bill is in Maine, and Peter is in Massachusetts, and Greg is in Georgia, and I'm in Virginia. Hope they don't mind that I've shared that information, but it's also not hard to figure out. But we don't get together in person very much, certainly not to do a lot of our design and discussion. So we're leveraging internet tools like Tabletop Simulator and like Google Docs and spreadsheets and whatnot to capture the rules and edit them and capture data as well, and to share that with playtesters when necessary. So it's a great way to do it, and Tabletop Simulator is a really useful way for us to work as designers, but also to just play the games. And a lot of the fans of the games have done some pretty exciting scripting and customization in Tabletop Simulator that just enhances the gameplay. A lot of interesting shortcuts. It's not hard to learn, so if you are new to it or you haven't really given it a shot, go try it out. And join those communities. They will be happy to give you some help. It's real simple, though. It's a lot of just point and click And then there are some keyboard shortcuts for things like, drawing a hand of cards very quickly, or peeking at a face-down card or a document without flipping it over and exposing it to everybody in the game, and a lot of other things in there. So check that out. And if you've got questions about Tabletop Simulator or those Discord communities, you can hit me up or just go ahead and join them. And then they'll be able to answer them right there and then. And you'll be able to get in there, schedule a game, look for other players in your time zone that want to be able to play, and join in on rules discussions, homebrew discussions, and a variety of other things. It's a great community, all of them are. I've enjoyed playing games with them in the community itself as well. So that's why I've done this. I'm not sponsored by Tabletop Simulator or Discord, but those are the tools that we use, and we invite you to experience them as well. So that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.